Hello everybody, my name is ToothPistol49 and today I've got a really cool creation that I've spent quite a lot of time working on, to be honest. It's basically a fully automatic smart brewing stand. What this does, it's very different from a lot of the other automatic brewing stands that are out there. Most people, you go through and select the ingredients and everything and basically hit a button, and you have to keep coming back and hitting a button every time you want it to brew. This one will continuously brew and fill up this chest until it is all finished. And once this chest is full, it will turn off and it'll automatically turn back on whenever you pull out more potions from this chest. So right now it's turned off. I've got this master switch basically turning it off. But we've got a few potions in right here. Once we turn this system on, it's going to suck out those potions. They're going to go down inside this chest. It's going to refill this brewing stand and get it brewing again. So right now I've got 4 stages on the potion. If we look inside this hopper, we've got, so the nether wart is being brewed right now, and then there's magma cream, redstone, and gunpowder. So I'm basically making an extended fire resistant potion that's throwable. Now the great thing about this system is that it's self-refilling. So this chest, you can always come back to it and it'll be filling itself up. And now right now this thing is completely filled up and these potions are waiting to get sucked out. So if we go ahead and grab some of these potions here, say we're just in our Let's Play world or whatever, and grab some of these potions, this is going to turn back on and start brewing the next batch. Another really cool feature is that when this chest is completely out of water bottles, so if we go ahead and grab all of those, this piston will retract, and that actually turns off the system as well. So there are all different kinds of things that make this potion brewing stand really smart, and so it's going to prevent itself from breaking or any kind of things like that. And if it does break, all you need to do is just pull out all the items and kind of reset it. So now it is time to actually build this system. So why don't you grab yourself some snacks, load up some Minecraft, maybe go into a test world just to try this out and make sure you get it working before you attempt to make this in your survival world. But if you follow along exactly how I do it, make sure you set all of the repeaters exactly how I do as well, then you should be perfectly fine and it should work flawlessly. So let's go ahead and start building this. Now, all of the materials we're going to need to build this is right behind this sign. So I've got them all laid out right here. So we've got a brewing stand. You'll need about a stack of whatever blocks you want to build with. It doesn't have to be iron. I mean, it could be whatever. And then you'll want 2 slabs. It can be stone slabs, cobblestone slabs, wood slabs, any kind of slab. 32 redstone, 2 blocks of redstone, 7 redstone repeaters, 9 redstone comparators, 4 redstone torches, 4 sticky pistons, 4 droppers, 8 hoppers, 3 chests, and these rotten flesh represents the any item that's stackable up to 64. Those will just be needed inside of your hopper timer. And then all of this redstone right here, the 64 plus 46, represents how much redstone you'll need in order to make all of these items and have enough for everything. So let's go ahead and get started with the build. Now I'm going to start this from the ground up and then we'll wire everything together later. So basically we're going to make the skeleton of where everything's going to fit and then we'll go from there. So right now I'm going to make where the hopper clock is going to be. So you're going to start out with a 4 long section of blocks and then put 1 block right there and you'll want 1 block right there. Now you want to make your hopper clock, so you just need to make them point into each other, so put 1 right there and put 1 right there, and then get your redstone comparators and place them facing into each one of these blocks. Now we'll put this redstone right here right now, we don't have to worry about wiring everything else up really though, and then we'll want to get these sticky pistons and point them that way, and put 1 over here. And then place a redstone block either side of these. It doesn't really matter because it's going to be moving back and forth. Now what you'll do is extend this out 2, 1, 2, and then go up 1 and extend that out 3. So 1, 2, 3. Just like that. So it's going to go 3, 3, and 4, and then go up 1 and have 1. So that's how that should look. Now come around side here and place 1 block right here. Place another block actually right here. You're going to knock out that. This is going to be a sticky piston. Now you're going to need to have 1 block up diagonal from here, just like this, and same goes for this direction, just like that. Next, come over to this section and place a block on the side of that redstone. You're going to place some blocks underneath as well, so make sure there's 2 blocks right along here, and then come out by 2 and up 1. Now you're going to extend this 1, 2, 3. Now you could knock out this block and this block, but it's not needed. It's your choice. Finally, just place 2 blocks right here and 1 block right there. So you should have something looking somewhat like this. All of the blocks should match up and be in the exact same corresponding position. We haven't wired in the redstone yet, we'll do that later. So now what your next step is extend the block right here, and right here, just out one, you can knock these out. And then you can either have a double chest right here by just going like this, or you could just do a single chest and knock that out and basically just throw that right there. And you can hide all this this fourth line basically behind a wall if you wanted to. So I guess we'll just do a double chest right here. And now we want to wire up the hoppers. So let's put one right here and one directly on top. Now your brewing stand is going to sit on this hopper above. Now we need to get some more hoppers, place one directly behind it. This is going to feed in all of the water bottles, so we'll get a double chest and put that just like that. We also need one hopper facing directly into it, one hopper above there, and one hopper pointing in there. Now what we need to do is point in the droppers into the hoppers. So what I like to do is I extend out a couple blocks just like this and get the droppers pointing inward just like that, and they can knock out those blocks. And go ahead and do the same thing on this side, so extend out two, and this is just a way to get them so they point into the right direction. Alright, so now that we've got the base where all the redstone and wiring is going to go, and we've also got this interface with the hoppers and the brewing stand, what we're going to do now is actually wire everything up underneath here so we don't have to come back under it and wire it up. So we'll first start off by wiring up this sensor, basically detecting when the hopper is full, when the chest is full of potions. So we'll place a comparator sticking out from there, and then we'll have a block directly next to it, right like that. Now place some redstone right here, and you'll want another comparator sticking this direction. You'll also put a repeater just like that. Now place a block of redstone and a redstone dust right there. Also, you'll want to have a switch that you can put a lever right here on, and what you do for that is we'll just go ahead and make two comparators pointing in just like that. So whenever you hit that switch, it'll also turn the system off. Now come around here and place a piece of redstone right there, and place a repeater pointing in there. Make sure you set this to 4 ticks. 1, 2, 3. So you click it 3 times, and that's a 4-tick delay. Now you go up with the redstone. You're going to want to place a stone slab just like this, and then make a 2x4 block area. So basically extend it out 3, and you're going to place a comparator just like this, and one right here, and then cover all of this with redstone right there and there. And you're going to do a repeater right here. You're going to place a block of iron or whatever else block you have just like that with a repeater on top, and then place a block right here, knock this middle one out, and put some redstone on top. Now what we're going to do is wire up the system that automatically detects when the water bottles are out. So what we need to do for that is just place a repeater right there, redstone dust right here, redstone torch right there, place a block or a redstone dust right there, redstone repeater right here, and a redstone torch right here, and also place a block of iron or whatever block you're using right there. That's going to return this torch off. Alright, now we need to work on the second layer. So first off, we're going to start out with extending this all the way to the end, this line of blocks, just like that, and then place a block right there, and then you want to place a block above right there, and knock that one out. You can even knock out this one too if you'd like, and place a redstone torch right here. This line of redstone that connects right there, make sure you block that off with a block so it doesn't connect. This is going to turn off this hopper, so it's going to keep it off so that potions are able to brew. Alright, so from that block that the torch is on, you're going to make a 2-wide platform all the way to the end over here, just like that, and then place a block right here next to this hopper. This is where we're going to turn off this hopper. So we're going to go ahead and wire it up with one redstone comparator just right there, and one turned around just like that, and put some redstone all the way around like this. Now you're going to want to turn off and make sure that these do not connect, so place some blocks right there and right there. Now just place a piece of redstone right here, and you can even put a block right there because you will be able to see through this hopper, and you probably don't want to see the redstone. When all of this is wired and you have this covered, you want to also have this redstone torch covered as well. And then above that, place another redstone torch, and on top of that, place a block of iron. And this is what's going to get the signal to trigger all of the dispensers. So in order to wire this up, we're going to place 3 blocks just like this, 1 block right there, and a half slab above the chest so that you can still open and access the chest. So all we need to do from here on out is just wire up the redstone, and you need a shift click to click on the redstone on those droppers. Alright, now the final thing to wire this up is we need to build the system that automatically detects when there are no more water bottles. So to do that, we'll come over into this little section right here, put a block just right there and knock that one out. Now put a redstone comparator facing into there, and we're going to put a sticky piston facing downward. Now this is going to control this block, so whether or not this block is in here determines if this torch is on or off. Now right now it is off because the piston isn't attached to it yet, but it will later. So at this point everything is completely wired up. Now we need to get it set up so that it can actually run. So what we're going to do is place the lever right here. The reason I have my lever right here instead of right here or anywhere else is because this won't interfere with any of these hoppers. So this is kind of where you would need to have it, or you can have it on the front of here. Either way, so let's go ahead and flick that so it's going to power all of this and keep this piston extended while we get everything set up. So first off, let's start out by loading up this piston with all of the items in the hopper timer. So we're gonna put 64 plus 45, and that's exactly enough that we'll need in order to time this just right to finish the brewing and start another cycle. Alright, so what we need to do now is fill up our droppers with the ingredients. Now I'm going to follow this little test to find out which exact corresponding spot we need for the ingredients. So over there I had the first ingredient right there and the third ingredient right there. So let's go ahead and try that right now. I'm going to make a throwable speed potion that's extended. So we're going to do nether wart as our first spot, and for our third spot we've got, this is actually going to be redstone for our third spot. And for our second spot, we're actually going to do sugar, and our fourth is going to be gunpowder. So in order to test this, let's just make sure everything's right. Yeah, okay. So in order to test this, we need to imitate that this hopper clock has gone through a cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lever just right there and power that, and I can just flick it off. That's just going to send one pulse through the system, and we'll come over here and check. So first we should have nether wart inside of here, and we do. Now let's see the lineup. We got sugar, gunpowder, and redstone. So that's actually reversed. So I'm going to need to change out where this redstone and gunpowder is in order to get the correct thing. So make sure you do this test every time before you do the system, because in some cases it may be different. Alright, so I got everything just barely filled again, and I'm going to just pull out all of the ingredients that we had in here, and then we'll do one more test to make sure that it's all lined up right. Alright, so that sends a pulse through there. That should trigger all of that. And let's go ahead and look in there. So nether wart, sugar, redstone, and gunpowder. That's exactly the order that we want, so that works just fine. So now the last step is go ahead and fill up this chest with water bottles, and they're going to go through and get inside of this brewing stand. Now you may have a few items inside of this hopper, so make sure you pull those out before they start brewing, or if they do, just kind of pull out the items inside of this hopper and the brewing stand. You'll just want to have that for when you start up the system, or else it could kind of send double items in and get backed up. So make sure you pull out everything before. It's okay to leave a couple water bottles in. That's not going to really cause any effect. And as soon as you're ready to get this thing started, just hit this lever and it's going to suck out those 3 water bottles that are there, and then it'll get some fresh new ones and start brewing. So you can just pull out those 3 water bottles. This will happen if you do turn off this system and have water bottles in, but more than likely there'll be potions later on when you turn off this system. But it's not too big of a deal, just the very first time you start this up, just bring back the water bottles and put them in. And now it's just going to continuously fill up and basically run. So you have yourself a completed, built, smart brewing stand. Now the great thing about this system is that it is customizable, so if you don't want to make any 4-stage potions, all you need to do is just follow this little instruction manual I've got right here. So if you want to do a 2-stage potion, you actually only put 59 items inside of that hopper clock right there. If you want to do a 3-stage potion, you just need to increase it by 25 items, so it's going to be 64 plus 20. If you want to do a 4-stage potion, of course you do 64 plus 45. So make sure, just depending on whatever you do, it doesn't matter if there's one of these droppers that are completely empty. So that's perfectly fine. You can build the same exact design and fill it how you want. Alrighty guys and girls, that's going to be it for this episode, but before I go, I want to reintroduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is ToothPistol49 and I upload videos to this channel, which is Megaroyalgames, so go ahead and check that out. We do all kinds of Let's Plays and other videos. I upload videos alongside with my buddy Royal Desmo, so, you know, we do a Let's Play called Megacraft, which is basically the name of the server, and we do all kinds of fun things like this, so go ahead and check that out. And if you do happen to build this in your world, I would love to see it. So definitely post a video response. If you do have any questions or comments though, feel free to just send me a message or even comment on this video and I'll respond. Now before I go also, I want to let you know that there will be a part 2 to this video. I'm going to go through and explain all of the redstone kind of in more depth if you didn't, understand it. And also I'll answer any of your questions that will be in the comments section. So if anybody has any problems, anything like that, it'll be solved in that next video. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. That'll be coming out in 2 weeks from today. It is possible that it may come out a week from today, but more than likely it'll be 2 weeks from today on a Tuesday. So just wanted to let you know that, and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that, and also just drop a like before you head out, and go ahead and share this with your friends if you thought it was interesting. But like I said, I'm ToothPistol49 and I will see you guys next time.